This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic. This is part 10 of Radian measures of angles. We're going to do a conversion here from radian measure to degrees. All right, so 5 pi over 3. So since there's a pi, you could directly replace the pi with 180 degrees because we know that pi is the same thing as 180 degrees. So that's one way. I've been doing it on some of the videos. That's the same thing as 5. And then instead of putting in pi, you could put in 180 degrees because that's a way of getting degrees in your answer, right? I don't want to put in 3.4. First of all, that's not exact. Second, that doesn't give me my answer in degrees. So if we do this, then we can cancel the 3 into the 180, which is 60. And that gives me 5 times 60, or 300, and I now have it in degrees. All right, the other way, which I did on most of the problems, was by writing this as, how about I just multiply by the ratio so that I get 180, so I have a degrees in the numerator. I could say 180 degrees in the numerator. It's the same as pi in the denominator, so my answer will be in terms of degrees, but it all looks the same afterwards. You cancel out the pi's, and then you cancel the 3 into the 180, and you still get 300 degrees. So you have two ways to do it. Do it the way that makes the most sense to you. All right, what about this second one? This is a little bit strange. So notice in this first problem I had a pi, so that's why I was able to plug in 180 degrees for pi. But this means 2 radians. It's the number 2, not 2 degrees, 2 radians. There's no direct substitution, but I'm trying to get it in terms of degrees, so I want to multiply that fraction by something so that I have degrees in the numerator. So I multiply it by 180 degrees over pi. Nothing cancels. So what do I have? 2 times 180. That's 360. In the denominator I have pi, and that is the exact number of degrees. Now you could write that as 360 degrees over pi. Okay, that's fine as well. Okay, now I said round to the nearest tenth of a degree if necessary. So this is the exact answer, either one of these that I've written. But now I want to see, well, I kind of like to know about how many degrees that is. So we want to take 360 and divide by pi. You want to use the exact value of pi, so use a calculator. Don't put in 3.14. Put 360 divided by pi in your calculator. And then we're going to round to the nearest tenth of a degree. And in the calculator, this comes out to 114. It's actually 591,559, but if I said to the nearest tenth, we're going to have to round it. And that would be the approximate answer rounded to the nearest tenth of a degree. Now in an earlier video we did 1 radian and we came up with it was about 52 degrees. I don't know, what was it? I'm going to go back and find it. We did this in part 4. It says what's the degree measure of 1 radian? And we came out that it was 57.3 degrees. That's rounded to the nearest tenth. So 57.3 degrees was 1 radian, and now we found out 2 radians. You would guess it was about double that, right? So let's look. So here's the problem we just did. We found out that 2, which means 2 radians, was about 114.6 degrees, and that kind of makes sense here because when we did 1 radian, we found out it was approximately 57.3 degrees. So yes, that seems right in the ballpark. All right, so you should be pretty good at converting back and forth between radians and degrees. This is your math gal, Julie Harland. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com, where all of my videos are organized by topic.